Joining us to weigh in on this is Michael Gagan, a political consultant based in Victoria, British Columbia. Michael, always great to talk to you. So I'm curious your thoughts on this. You're in BC. James Moore is an MP from BC. Thoughts on this and what's been the reaction you're hearing from people in the community?
Well, first of all, James Moore, he had a very early start in terms of politics. He's only 39 years old. He spent 15 years in Ottawa, held very senior cabinet positions. It was a bit of a shock when he announced he wasn't running again. The news that there may be some issues with his son, health issues, whatnot. I think that's something that certainly saddened people who know James Moore and his family, and they're certainly wishing him and his family all the best.
Of course, but a lot of people look at this and go, okay, well, he's not the first person to drop out and say, I'm not going to run in the upcoming election, which is, 4 months away. There have been a number of people, Peter MacKay, John Baird recently, or back in, February. I mean, should Prime Minister Harper be nervous?
I think so, because you also have Shelley Glover, Christian Parody. So as you said, there's 5 cabinet ministers that are not running again. And usually that's not a very good sign. Here in BC, we had a number of high-profile cabinet ministers who didn't run for re-election, and that was with polling numbers showing that Christy Clark likely wouldn't be re-elected. She scored a stunning upset win. So it doesn't always mean the death knell of a government, but it certainly doesn't help you in terms of trying to regain some momentum, which is something that Stephen Harper hasn't had. As we get nearer and nearer to the election, the momentum right now seems to be with the NDP. So again, it's not something that's going to be helpful in terms of rallying the troops or generating much needed political momentum.
And what about the spin? I mean, what are the opposition? You can only imagine what the opposition parties are going to do with this.
Well, yeah, I think the fact that it appears that James Moore has indicated that there is some legitimate concerns. I mean, we've seen cabinet resignations in the past where it was like for personal health or family reasons, and people just kind of roll their eyes because it's like whatever, right? But in this case, it does seem to be something legitimate there. In Baird's case, he I guess looking to pursue a career in the private sector and whatnot. Certainly, James Moore is young enough, 39 years old, that he will likely have a very successful career outside of politics. But yeah, again, this is a situation where it's got to be tough. And also people are going to be saying, okay, if we do have another Conservative government, who's going to be in cabinet? Where's the cabinet strength? Because, of course, it's a government that hasn't given a lot of profile to backbenchers. So Canadians will be wondering, okay, who are going to be the next generation of cabinet ministers if we re-elect this government? And
I'm just curious, that particular riding, is it anyone's game now, or is it tradition? I mean, is it James Moore has had it for a while, but potentially could it be for anyone now?
You know what? Absolutely. It's a Port Coquitlam riding, and it's one where I think that all the Liberals, the NDP, the Conservatives, even the Greens are going to be they're going to be doing some polling in that riding and see how does this shift their numbers if they don't have a high-profile incumbent running for the Conservatives. So again, I think that's something that all the major political parties will be taking a keen interest in.
Michael Gagan, a political consultant, joining us out of Victoria, British Columbia. Always great to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.